Hello, hello, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Cinderella phenomenon. So, last time, okay, so you remember in the Karma route, the uprising, the coup against the king, succeeded, and the climax was a tumble from there because we had to save the king and the kingdom against Sir Alcaster, and that's been aborted in this timeline. The coup almost happened, and then it didn't, because Mithras is actually loyal. Huh, who would have figured? But Emmeline brings up a good question. Where in the world is Sir Fitzgerald? That doesn't exactly follow the Carmen Sandiego theme, but whatever. They say he vanished completely last night. Do you think he was working with his father? The truth is, I have no idea what to think. I had thought that I had everything figured out, but now I become more and more confused by the moment. Fritz was always loyal to a fault, but then Sir Alcaster was the same way with the king, and I have not seen or heard of Fritz for weeks. I cannot really say. You're still here, Varg. What do you think when we ask about where the heck Fitzgerald is, huh? Varg? Good morning, Princess Emmeline. I don't like him if you haven't noticed. Sir Varg! Varg was offered a room at the palace for a few days' visit. He's being treated as Sir Mithros's valued guest. I have heard from the other servants that he is Sir Mithros's relative who lives in a neighboring kingdom, even though he looks more like Sir Alcaster, but with those gold eyes and darker complexion. Like, no one else in the kingdom has that complexion, literally. We've looked. I hope you're feeling well now, Princess. Yes, thank you for your help last night. Is Emmeline blushing? I know I won't be here long, but I do hope to get to know you better during the duration of my stay. I would love that. Then I am looking forward to spending more time with you. Oh, I forgot. I'm meant to be in my mother's room right now. Lucette, Sir Varg, I'll see you both later. I curtsy as Emmeline walks off, leaving me alone with Varg. I cannot help but feel uneasy in his presence. Something about him puts me on edge. He makes me feel uncomfortable. Excuse me, I have errands to attend to. Wait. Before you head out, I have something to give you. Give me? Varg reaches into one of his pockets and withdraws a letter that he holds out to me. Okay. What is this about? Well, I guess you'll have to open it and find out, Princess. My blood turns to ice in my veins. He knows I am the princess. That could only mean that he is. I have no idea what you're talking about. Excuse me. I'm about to leave when Varg suddenly grabs my wrist. The play is just about to start, Princess. You have a responsibility as the main character to perform impeccably until the very end. Otherwise, well... He grins at me. It is the same wolfish smile that he flashed at me during the ball. You might miss out on your fairy tale ending. What? Why is he meta? Why does he have meta knowledge about the setting in which he is existent? Before I can say anything else, I feel a hand grip my other arm. Someone tugs me back and away from Varg, then comes to stand in front of me. He is short. Stay away from her. Rod? Varg looks at Rod, then at me, his smile growing more crooked. What an interesting turn of events. I wonder how this will end for the both of you. Tell me, Lucette, what is he to you? A little bit more than a friend! No answer. Be in denial all you want. At the end of the day, you're going to have to decide who and what you will choose. Who or what to choose? Silence. You are harassing one of our staff members. Of course. I apologize for my rude behavior, Your Highness. You seem to know a lot about us. Are you a... I lower my voice. Are you a witch? You're asking the wrong person, Princess. He knows who you really are. I think you two are worrying too much about me. After all, I'm just a pawn in this game. Varg dips into an elegant bow and flashes one last smile before walking away. Are you all right? I am. Thank you for helping me. You know I'd do anything for you. What? That's an announcement. What? Rod shakes his head before stepping away. Anything for me? Rod coughs, pulling me from the thought. Ahem. It is possible that he is a witch, or that he is working with other witches, but we have no evidence to prove it. Until we figure out what's going on, you need to be wary of him. I know. Rod smiles at me gently. The look makes my heart thud once, painfully, in my chest. Stop staring at me like that. Rod looks away, his cheeks tinged red. I feel my own cheeks warm at the sight. I wasn't staring at all, you're staring. Both of you are hopeless. Shut up, Sebby. Rod gives me one last look before finally turning and walking away. I place my hand over my chest where I can still hear my thudding heartbeat. Be still, my beating heart, what light through yonder window breaks? 'Tis the east, and Rod is the sun. Can you not see the color of his hair? This feeling. If it is what I think it is, then I have no right to feel that way about him. He's my stepbrother! He is my stepbrother! There we go. I shake my head to clear the thought, then glance down at the letter that Varg just delivered to me. There's only one sentence written on it. Come to the throne room alone tonight. Dun dun dun! She's actually gonna do it. She's actually gonna do it. Oh no, it's the wedding! No! That's the problem. The throne room is empty when I arrive. I can only hope that this is not some sort of trap. Soon after I enter, the door squeaks open and a familiar face enters the room. Sir Mithros? Sir Mithros walks towards me. When he is close enough, he drops to one knee and bows. I frown as I take a step back from him. My princess, do not be alarmed. I know of your true identity. Sir Mithros flashes me a wide smile that causes a shudder to run down my spine. Snake in the grass. You know who I am. Then that means that you are. I take another step back as the blood drains from my face. Sir Mithros' smile only widens at my reaction. I'll say it for you. Yes, I am a witch. If you are a witch, then Sir Alcaster is a mere human, a fool one. And Varg? Nothing but my personal errand boy. A thought suddenly occurs to me. If Sir Alcaster was plotting against the kingdom, then did Sir Mithros also punish Fritz somehow? What about Fritz? Was he a part of Sir Alcaster's plans? Ah, the knight. To avoid confusing you, let us just say that the situation surrounding him is too complicated to adequately explain. He's Varg! I command you to answer my question, Sir Mithros. Was Fritz a part of this? If it makes you feel any better, he refused to be a part of this. But we made him, because we're assholes. He refused? Does that mean that he was not a part of the plans? Or just that he was unwillingly forced to participate in them? I am certain, yeah, she's on it. She's just there. She's just a little, just it's not quite connecting. I am certain that Sir Alcaster would not be happy that his own son was disobeying him. He either forced him to help or assigned him outside of the palace. But if Fritz knew about Sir Alcaster's plans, why did he not warn anyone about them? Was he working with Sir Mithros as well? More questions swirl in my head, but none of them have answers. When this is over, I will personally ask Fritz about this. Once I can locate him. I shake the thoughts away and bring my attention back to Sir Mithros. Why bother with this reveal? What do you hope to gain from it? Before we start our conversation... Oh no, he's doing a magic. Sir Mithros waves his hand, conjuring a faint green glow that envelops the whole room. Just in case someone decides to eavesdrop. I wouldn't want any of your witch friends listening in on us. Aha! Yes, I am aware that one of them has been snooping around the palace these past few months. Their snooping has made it more difficult to move around without exposing myself. Sir Mithros clicks his tongue in annoyance. Such a nuisance. He is referring to Delora. She and Parfait warned me before that there was a witch in the palace. Is Sir Mithros truly that witch? That which I have no evidence except this magic that he has just done in front of my face to conclude with. I never really trusted him, not even when I was a princess. Now that he has revealed himself as a witch, I need to know what he plans on doing. You knew that I was the princess this entire time, yet you never offered me any assistance. If I had, Alcaster would have targeted you as well. What? Alcaster wanted to dispose of the royal family. Oh, pardon me. If he had known you were the princess, he would have been after you too. It would have been easier with no one remembering you as the princess. But unfortunately, Fritz told his father about you, thinking that Alcaster might be able to help and protect you. And it didn't help that Varg confirmed it. Confusing. Your mother wouldn't have been happy with me if I put you in harm's way. That is why I had to pretend not to know you in order to protect you. Sir Mithros is silent for a few moments before he speaks again. Revealing myself to be a witch was necessary. I had to make myself appear useful to Alcaster somehow, after all. Then, of course, I learned of his foolish plans to steal the crown and decided to thwart them, though not before I stole something from Alcaster first. I played him like the fool that he was. I told him I would aid him with my magic so long as he gave me the knight's protection. Using magic is almost impossible in this place, so having the knights to back me up was crucial. The knights? What does he need the knight's protection for? What are his plans? Sir Mithros starts pacing the room, his expression still calm. I found out that he planned to dispose of me after he obtained what he needed, so I disposed of him first. Alcaster might have been able to convince most of the knights to aid him by promising them promotions, but, well, my magic is far more convincing. Sir Mithros stops in front of me, his deadpan expression transforming into a smile. For now, let us desist speaking of my plans. The minute Alcaster's plans were thwarted, I knew I had to contact you directly. I am happy to see you in the palace, Your Highness. Although, we really need to get you out of those clothes soon. A maid's clothing does not befit a princess like yourself. That does not matter. My priority right now is to break my curse. Ah, of course. They must truly have been frightened to feel the need to curse you. I feel an uncomfortable tug in my heart. To think that the Lucis Sparrow would actually allow a witch to curse you. Sir Mithros shakes his head, disgust written on his features. When you suddenly disappeared that day, it was as if all traces of your existence had vanished. I searched for you endlessly, Princess. When you first appeared here in the palace, I did not recognize you immediately, but I felt a touch of magic in you and investigated. My curiosity is what prompted me to investigate you further. When I tried hard enough, I found that I could see through the glamour that had been cast on you. So, Sir Mithros truly was the witch that Parfait was referring to when she mentioned someone seeing through the glamour. When characters are slow to figure things out, I get a little irrationally angry, but it's fine. Imagine my surprise when I found out that it was actually you. That fairy bearer has been nothing but a nuisance to us witches. First she betrayed your mother, and then she betrayed you before she had even met you. But, Mother, she was the Tenenbaum bearer corrupted by darkness. Parfait only did what she had to. Sir Mithras looks at me, clearly surprised. What lies have those people been whispering in your ear? Everything the Queen did, she did for us witches, to protect us from the wicked humans who destroyed our kind. It is clear to me where Sir Mithras's alliances lie. Sir Mithras sighs, running a hand through his hair, and then continues speaking. On your 18th birthday, you will follow her footsteps. You will make this kingdom a place for all witches to prosper. I am nothing like her. I refuse to make people suffer to fuel the crystal. I never bore witness to the suffering the people had to go through during my mother's reign, but the stories are enough to reveal her true nature to me. It was hard to believe at first, but those people do not have any reason to lie to a servant like myself. They have nothing to gain from it. I finally understand why the hatred people had for me ran so deep, even when I had did nothing to them. It was because I was the witch's daughter. Your mother wouldn't be happy to hear you say that. Let me assure you that this is not a destiny you can run from, dear princess. I will not let destiny take control of my life. I feigned tiredness by releasing a long yawn. I am sorry for cutting you short, Sir Mithras, but please excuse me. I am getting tired. I am about to walk past Sir Mithras when he starts speaking again, his voice a low whisper. I noticed that you had gotten closer to the family you so despised before, the prince included. I narrow my eyes at him. You care about him, don't you? I must confess that I almost said scandal, that this surprises me, princess. Such a relationship would certainly be a scandal. Oh, there was scandal. Even if you two are not blood-related. He is still your stepbrother. I know! I keep saying this! Whatever will your dear father say about this? I clench my fists. He has no right to lecture me. I already know that these feelings are wrong. I know that I cannot have them. I assure you that there is nothing between the both of us. Oh, is that so? Are those lies you utter just to convince yourself? This man is beginning to try my patience. Allow me to share a little secret with you, princess. I am not interested. I head for the door and reach for the knob. Oh, but I think it is something you would be most curious about. I do, after know the consequences of the prince failing to break his curse. I also happen to know that someone special to him is getting married tomorrow. My hand freezes. How do you know about all this? I know all the happenings. I know all of the happenings around this place. Word order. That is my job, princess. Now tell me, do you know the ending to the fairy tale, The Little Mermaid? My blood runs cold when I remember what Emmeline told me about that fairy tale. If the prince fell in love and married someone else, the little mermaid's heart would break, and she would dissolve into sea foam. I conducted my own investigation, and actually met with the witch who bestowed the curse on the prince. In meeting her, I found out everything there is to know about it. I turned to regard Mithras with a frown. Ah, it seems I have finally gotten your attention. What do you plan on doing to Rod? Sir Mithras shrugs. To him, nothing really. I was merely curious. I wanted to know what you saw in him. What do you know about his curse? It stays true to the fairy tale, only in this case the prince gives up his voice for a title. Still, it will end the same way. The girl will fall in love with someone else despite his sacrifice. You mean, on his beloved's wedding day, the prince will die. I had thought he might have reached the same conclusion. Tragic, don't you think? I had the same thought, but is Rod truly going to die? So the reason Rod gave up breaking his curse was because he knew that Viorica would never love him back. He knew that he was going to die the moment Viorica married. Dread begins to wash over me. Why not ask him yourself? As if orchestrated by magic, the double doors open, and Rod steps inside. When he sees me, his expression relaxes. I have been looking all over for you. I wanted to speak with you about my discussion with Lady Parfait. I turn around to face Sir Minthros again, but to my surprise, he is already gone. When did Sir Minthros leave? Lucette, is something wrong? Was Sir Minthros really speaking the truth? Okay, so there's, you gotta. There's no walking around it. Pleading with him did not work before. Because, I mean, like, it did give us the good points. It gave us the good points. But we didn't get any information. We were just like, hey, I care about you, please. I guess we confront him, but I guess we'll do that in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you then, so bye-bye!